Finally this week, banking and advertising. It's been a recurrent theme on this program for some time, and Smartbucks Mind Your Moolah is a brand new locally produced movie which is a national financial literacy initiative from Stanlib Asset Management.
Mfanak fan khalong o mfanaka ke batla no
So over 15,000 high school learners, 15,000, impressive number, will be taken to cinemas countrywide to watch the 60-minute untold tongue-in-cheek movie on the pitfalls of improper spending. With me now, Mpho Pops Modikoane, hip-hop artist, television star, comedian and producer. He stars in the movie along with Pride Montlala from Stanlib. To both of you, a very warm welcome. Paul, let me start with you. There's a serious side to this because at some point someone in your family said, don't do what you're doing now, become a teacher. Now you're teaching.
Yes. My mom's been a school teacher for as long as I've been alive, you know. And there's a famous quote I heard from Steve Harvey that he said, when you make people laugh, you get their attention. And once you have people's attention, you can actually teach them something. And I think this is how we actually put that to play with this whole Stanlib project.
What are you teaching?
We're teaching kids how to mind their moolah. It's not about what job you get. You could be a lawyer and earn a lot of money, but if you don't know how to manage your money, if you don't know how to save and invest in your dream, then you're just going to be stuck in a continuous financial rut.
Pride, we have a real problem with a savings culture in this country. I think we accept that. Yeah. Why?
I think it's really just from the grassroots level, you just never get that opportunity to learn about savings. You never learn what money can do for you, what doing something now for your future means. So that's what we're trying to address as well as Stanlib.
So what is the consequence then of not having this kind of financial literacy that Mpho is talking about?
You know, I've met so many people who've done so well for themselves over the years, and one of the things they always tell me is, here I am 20 years later, and only now I wish I'd started early. You know, nobody told me I should have started literally from day one. And I think of those moments and I say, we can change that, you know, South Africa right now. And hopefully something like this.
Your chief executive is quoted as saying that unless we resolve the problem, this country is facing a financial catastrophe. That's overcooking it a bit, isn't it?
Actually, it's not. I mean, look at what you hear today. I mean, most people, our economy is so diverse. Most people cannot afford a lot of things. We were talking about the petrol price the other day. It's not that, it's as big as it sounds. It really is. He's not cooking anything. It's exactly that. We look at future in that way.
So how did you get roped into this?
I've been doing a lot of work with schools, you know, going to address schools and talking about comedy and talking about dreams and encouraging kids to believe in their dream. And when I met the CSI manager from Stanlib, she was impressed with the work that we had been doing as a team, you know, with the Monarchy group. And she wanted to know if we could be involved in making something visual for the kids.
So Pride, why a movie?
We've been on this journey for 5 years. We've tried the usual corporate presentation in front of the kids, and then we thought,
zone out when that happens?
Completely. Yeah. I mean, you walk in your suit and you tell them they don't understand. And after 5 years and understanding what school kids really want, movies was exactly what we needed to do. They understand movies, they take in the story, they know what to tell their friends, they tell their friends to go and watch. It's exciting.
But why the comedic aspect to it?
Oh, humor. Humor is the best way to get any message across. And I mean, investment, savings, debt, oh goodness, it's boring, especially if I'm in high school. But it's a message they need to learn. So humor was the best way to get it across.
So why is this important to a brand like Stanlib that plays in the upper echelon of the financial demographic?
Stanlib, we're an investment. Okay, we look at long term and we say, okay, we want to tell you what your money's going to look like much later on. But we actually understand where it starts. And for us, grooming it from the beginning and having that long-term future view is exactly what we're after. Obviously, this is not our target audience in terms of...
It's not your target audience yet.
Exactly, yet. But in our mind, that very beginning, that very plantation of that seed is exactly what's going to help us get clients in future, right? So that's what we're going for. We want this to not only work for us, but it works for our country as well. That's how
the strategy is called getting in on the ground floor. And Mpho, the thinking behind the movie we've got, what's the storyline then? How does it play out?
It's a very simple storyline. I'm with my partner in there, Mr. Mpho. We play ourselves, you know. We don't take up any character names. We play ourselves, and we're basically two young boys from the township, and we have a dream, and we try the quick get-rich-quick scheme.
So what's the dream, and what are the early efforts?
We're two guys, and we're these kwaito/hip-hop artist guys, and we just want to be musicians. That's our dream. And we end up borrowing money from informal lenders, and we can't pay it back, and we get into trouble, and we bailed out.
No limbs are broken, but you hinted that.
Yeah, we did hint that we don't solve violence. And the story carries on, and we have a studio section where we have an accredited financial person that stand-up provided. So we cut in between the story of these two guys, from how it started and where it goes to. So their trials and tribulations on organizing money, being bailed out, and they start working and putting away money. So the whole thing is about how they just needed to budget, save some money, and invest in their dream. And the movie ends with them being in their own studio, making their own music.
And it's difficult, I would imagine, to balance a tone of informative on the one hand and being comical on the other, which is going to keep people's attention.
Yes.
Was that difficult?
For a professional such as myself, no, it wasn't. It really was. It was so much fun because learning is easy, you know. It's very easy, and the moment you add a comedy in it, and we have the studio section, which is the education part, you know, and Mo has a lot of times where he uses examples from the township and funny stories from the township and little myths and so forth. And those things make the situation more lighthearted, more easy to understand, you know. Let me give you a quick example. When we talk about interest, we talk about buying airtime at a spaza shop, where they charge you 12 Rand 50 for 12 Rand airtime. And you're like, that's 50 cents, that's interest, you know. Some people might not know the concept of interest, but if they can tie it to that, then it's easy to understand.
Pride, very quickly, what's the end objective here? What do you want to achieve?
What do I want to achieve? I guess a financially literate South Africa. I want to see a whole nation of young adults who actually understand money and the value of money. I want to see this economy get turned around by the people. And and that's what we want to achieve in the end. 15,000 is only the beginning. It sounds like a lot, but there's a whole host of kids to still reach out there.
Yeah.
Good luck to both of you, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate your time. That's this week's show, by the way. Thanks for the feedback on email and on our social media platforms to last week's program. It was also pointed out to us, by the way, that Thomas Kolster's book is called Goodvertising, Creative Advertising That Cares, and not the Bible of Goodvertising, which is what we initially reported. Apologies about that one. Feel free to engage with us at all times on Facebook and on Twitter, on our content, or on what you feel we should be covering. As always, goodbye, and thank you for watching. Until next time.